Oh yeah, it's that easy. Let me show you how to do it. So either way, welcome back everybody. Today we're actually trying to take a look at how to defeat this dragon in the swamp. It's actually a fairly easy fight if you know what you're doing. Now to prepare for this fight, you're going to need a ranged weapon of some sort. There's actually a really easy and accessible weapon right at the start of the game. It's a short bow, and you can pick it up right at a shop at the beach right below the first Lost Grace. Once there, you can also buy arrows if you have the extra runes for it, or if you're feeling a bit more crafty yourself, there is a crafting recipe inside the vendor in the Church of Ella. Once you've purchased this recipe, you'll be able to craft bone arrows and fletched bone arrows. The main difference is that the fletched arrows can actually fly further. From there, you will need to get thin bones, and the best way to do that is to kill sheep right around the Church of Ella. There's also other animals around the countryside that you can also kill if you want to get the bones, but the ones around the church are plentiful, and you can easily reset it and do it 1,000 times until you get enough bones. You need 2 bones per stack of arrows, and you can carry around roughly 8 to 9 stacks of arrows before they go into your inventory. If you need to get the feathers necessary to make the fletched arrows, you'll have to get those from the birds surrounding the countryside as well. Those can easily be killed by walking up on your horse and just smacking them. Or if you have regular bone arrows, you can just go ahead and shoot them, and that'll get you the feathers just about the same. If you want to make this fight even quicker, I'd recommend going ahead and upgrading your bow with smithing stones if you have the extras, although it's not really necessary. If you have enough arrows, this fight can be done just with basic tier 1 gear at the very start of the game. After you've killed enough beasts and crafted yourselves at least a stack of arrows, make sure you have enough bones to actually craft another stack of arrows afterwards, because this fight will last a little bit of time if you're a pretty bad shot. But don't worry, the boss, when it does actually reset, does not actually reset its health, so you can easily just kite this boss around. Now, as to the actual fight itself, make sure you have your fletched arrows and your regular arrows equipped in your bow slot, and your short bow ready to go. After doing that, make sure you mount on your horse. You're going to be shooting from that horse because if the dragon gets near you, it does a lot of damage with its flame attacks. And it also lunges and does a variety of other moves that we probably want to avoid. Easiest way to go ahead and engage this enemy is to approach it on the cliff right next to the limestone grace site. From there, it's actually pretty easy. You go to the cliff, you shoot at the dragon, it approaches the cliff, and then you just keep on shooting it until it perishes. Now, eventually, it may go into other movesets that will put it on top of the cliff. That's fine. You can go ahead and run away on your horse that you should be on, and you'll be able to keep a safe distance. If the dragon does do a flame attack, it does go in a wide sweeping arc, so make sure you try to run away either going around the radius of the dragon or just flying as far away as you can on your horse. If the dragon resets, don't worry about it. It'll go back to its original location with lowered HP, and you can go ahead and pick it up. If you don't see the dragon at the location, that's because it hasn't been summoned yet. So in order for you to actually go ahead and summon the dragon, you just walk down to the site where you see it on screen, and it'll reappear from the sky. From there, you can go ahead and run away if you're not feeling the location, and it'll just reset and wait for you until you come back. Or you can go ahead and visit a grace site again, and the dragon will reset its position and wait for you. And then from there, just go ahead and peck it down with 1,000 arrows, and eventually, you'll get yourself a free dragon. Now, the main benefit of actually taking down this dragon is that you get this lovely thing called a dragon heart, and if you're an Arcanist user or some type of mage user, you can definitely use the spell from this to do some massive DPS. It's a very late game, mid game kind of spell here, so unless you have a fairly high amount of levels, you will not be able to utilize the spell unless you spec into it incredibly early. But they are fantastic spells, they do a lot of damage, and they cost a lot of focus points. So they're great for any sort of dragon mage build. But beyond that, if you thought this guide was helpful, feel free to leave a like and comment down below what other guide you would like to see. On that, guys, I want to thank you all for joining me. I'll see you guys next time. Bye-bye.